Well, let's get straight into it because it seemed like my video want to start on its own terms. So, welcome to another episode of the We Are Fam podcast. I am your lovely host, Jay, and we talk about health, wellness, spiritual alignment, and all around just getting yourself together. So, without further ado, let's get into the miscellaneous thoughts. My miscellaneous thought is for today, it's simply, I can't even remember right now. I don't remember right now, but it's all good. I could come up with another one right on the spot because I be thinking a lot. My miscellaneous thought for today will possibly be, I guess we're not having a miscellaneous thought today, and that's okay, But I got this little piece of hair getting on my nerves. She trying to be the star of the show still, so that's what the topic of discussion is today. You are the star of the show still. And if anybody listen to PND, you know that song, okay? That's a song like I used to listen to just put me back in alignment. Sometimes I felt like, what am I doing with my life? Blah blah blah. This is when I had so much confusion still in my life. And I would listen to that to kind of hype me up to let me know like, yo, I still am the star of the show still. So that's what the title of today is. You're the star of the show still. Don't be afraid to take up all this space and step into your power. So yeah, I did take the time out. I put some notes in this thing, so you already know it's going to be nice and juicy and to the point. So yeah, how to step into your power. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you from personal experience, also just things that came to my mind, all of that. But how to step into your power, how to not be afraid to take up space. We're always going to take up space, okay? So that's just what it is. All right, so really, let's get into the definition of like stepping into your power. So it obviously means to embrace your abilities and confidence, and it can be achieved by many many things. So that's the bullet points and the things that we're just going to get straight into today. So really take notes, do what all that you got to do, but this is going to be something amazing. It's going to be something pretty juicy, okay? So actually I don't even want to talk about that. Let's just get straight into it. So my biggest thing, and this is like for people who like confidence, because I used to be a person that liked confidence. I'm the person that can speak on this topic because I used to be a person that used to be on the other side. Someone who used to like confidence, someone who needed validation from the outsource, someone who just couldn't do things on their own unless somebody hyped me up to do it. Okay? So, yes, I'm highly qualified and very much so trained in this department. So let's get into it. Something that I used to do, I always talk down on my own successes, but I think that has something to do with the fact that I kept certain people around me that never really hyped me up. And these are friends, specific friends. These are certain friends that never really like speak life over me, or if I had something good going on, they'll find a way to kind of revert it and talk about themselves. And that's why I started to kind of build this thing of, oh no, it's just a job, I didn't. So the thing is, you need to acknowledge your successes. You need to acknowledge, even it doesn't matter how small, how big, like it's all about building in yourself. It's all about that self belief, that kind of confidence. Like, yeah, girl, I did this, da da da. But sometimes, if you feel like you have certain people around and you can't really boast about your successes, especially if you're not even a boastful person, you're just a person that likes to, yo, this is what's happening, they got to get cut out. You got to let them go. And I'm telling you that from experience because there will be people I just did not want to let go, but it's like the moment I let them go, all these great things started happening in my life. You feel me? It's like when you cut off dead weight, this applies to plants. When you cut off dead weight, good things start to happen. Is this not true? This is very, very true. So acknowledge your successes. I really recommend that. It doesn't even matter if you walked a mile today. If that's like a milestone for you, be proud about that. If you don't want to boast about that to people, oh God, she's coming. If you don't want to boast of my cat, If you don't want to boast about that to people, write in your journal. I write in my journal all the time. I don't tell everybody every single thing, but sometimes it's good to talk to certain people. I have a best friend. I could tell her about anything. She's the best hype man that I know in my life. She's top tier. She's number one. She's someone I can go to and she gonna hype my whole shit up. I do the same for her. I'm not ever jealous. She's not ever jealous. That's the kind of energy that you need around you. So let's get back into it. You need to learn how to practice this self-compassion. It's all about being kind to yourself. You know how some people, or most of us humans, we could be very hard on ourselves as far as just everything. We're just super hard on ourselves. Nothing's ever good enough. Or, oh, you start to compare yourself and compare your life to this other people's lives. That's the problem. Stop comparing your life to other people's life. We have our own path. We have our own journey. And we need to be more self-compassionate towards oneself, ourselves. Okay? Don't look for outside validation. It all starts within here. Yeah, okay? So I also wrote down you need to accept the flaws. We all got flaws. Not one person in this world is perfect. And if you're talking to somebody and they say, oh, I'm striving to be perfect, being the best and being perfect is way different, because being the best, that means you accelerated. You pretty much, you work so hard to get to that point. But being perfect is never going to happen for anybody. It's all about, you know what I'm saying? Taking a step back, okay, what's some flaws that I can polish up on, like that I can fix? If you feel like there's nothing wrong with you, you're the problem. And I said what I said. When you do these things, when you take the time out to like really accept you, and then you're going to move forward with progressing to doing better things for yourself, your mental, your habits, this really does increase your mental health. And it gives you that certain kind of motivation to look forward to on a daily basis, because working on yourself, it's not going to happen overnight. A lot of people feel like they want things to happen overnight, but that's not realistic. I will never forget, I was always like thicker as a kid, obese, shall you say. And I will never forget that this doctor said, well, honey, you didn't get big overnight. Remember that, okay? Meaning, well, we already know what that means, you know, because I'm over there crying up in the doctor. You didn't get big overnight. Say less. Same thing with mental health. Same thing with your successes. Same thing with building yourself up. Realizing you're the star of the show still. Not being afraid to take up this space. Stepping within your power. It doesn't happen overnight, okay? Anybody that you can see that's on the top that made it, they can always tell you a struggle story and how long it took them to get there. Nothing's overnight. Of course, we have these, you know, lucky birds. Every now and then they just get famous overnight, but that's not realistic and that's not life. And the thing is, I've always read something like, you would rather have something that you worked long on and you worked hard for, because those kind of things last. The things that come fast never last. So always remember that. Keep that noted. Put that in your notes, okay? So you just need to start reconditioning your mind to believe, okay? I don't already give you 2 points. I hope that you put something down. It's all a mental thing. Life, this game called life, it's all a mental game. Everything is mental, mental, mental. I cannot stress this enough about you. You have to start to speak positive things into your life. You have to start speaking positive thoughts. You know, a lot of us, we can have dark, dark thoughts about how we feel about ourselves or whatever. It's all about what you think and it's all about what you speak. That comes into fruition. That comes into your reality. I cannot stress that enough to you, okay? Try it for a month of just saying positive things. Even if you feel like a negative thought's coming, erase that and just think of, oh man, I'm just beautiful like a unicorn, or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. Try it for a month and come back to this video and tell me this positive experience that you had. I promise you, you will see how much your life will change when you change your perspective on life. You change your perspective on how you view yourself. You change your perspective. Okay, See what happens. And I'm sorry that I'm passionate because it's just like I want all of us to win. But the thing is, you cannot save nobody that don't want to be saved. So I'm really talking to the people that want to be saved. I'm really talking to the people that sat down with themselves and acknowledged the fact like, yo, I need to really work on my life and work on myself. I'm talking to those people. So now, if you're ready for your notes, it's time to write again. Face your fears. Identify and confront your anxieties. Prevent them from holding you back. Okay? What do we do regularly? We out-talk ourselves out of so many things. And I bet you all of us have a story on how we out-talked ourselves on doing something, on not to do something. Okay? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's clearly anxiety talking to you. That's clearly a fear talking to you. At this point, you need to just start being big and bold and stepping out there as far as, let's say something like, you scared to talk to people? Start talking to one stranger a day. Ask them how their day is. Be the initiator of a conversation. It's all on baby steps to getting to the top. Nobody's saying, okay, well, I got to go to this party. No, if you have an anxiety of talking to people, or if you have an anxiety of being in public, do something very slight daily, or even if it's the same thing just for a month. You will start to see the progress. It's all about, you have to step out of your comfort zone as an adult in this world. You have to step out of your comfort zone. You continuously put yourself in this safe, small bubble. That's all you'll ever be in anything. It's all about facing your fears. I know some things can be very uncomfortable. Trust me. I know some people, or once knew some people who had social anxiety, and I never understood, but I saw a forefront like, yo, some really got, you know? So face your fears. Accept them. That actually goes along with the last point. Accepting your flaws and polishing them. Okay? Let's get back into it. Develop a growth mindset. I already kind of talked about this. When you start to believe, you think positive thoughts about your life, about how you feel about yourself, about anything. You say positive things. You're not like, well, I guess this just is not going to work. Why are you even talking like that? Stop. Okay? For a month, I dare everybody. For a month, be positive, think yellow for positivity. Even if you don't have nothing positive to say about yourself for right now, just be like, yellow for positivity. I'm positive. I'm grateful that I have this. Oh, I'm going to do this today. I'm making adjustments. I'm making improvements in my life. Whatever it is you want to think and whatever you want to say, it needs to be positive. I'm not going to say it again. Let's go. So, let's like get a little deeper as to develop a growth mindset. Like, what could you do? So believe that you can learn and improve. It's all about believing, and it's all a mental thing. Over and over, I will keep saying that. Focus on opportunities for growth rather than limiting yourself, stopping yourself. That's like the last point. Get over your fears and anxieties. Stop limiting yourself to one thing. Life is meant to be explored. It's okay if you fail. A lot of people are scared to fail. But I'm the kind of person, like a lot of people scared to fall and trip in front of some people. I'm a kind of person, I fall and trip in public and I'm laughing at myself. I'm like, dang. And we all laughing. You need to have that kind of mentality. Okay? Stop always looking like everybody looking at you. Most of the time, people not even worried about you. It's you and your mind that's limiting yourself to being your great self. Okay? So let's go. Even if you got to change your environment, change the people you hang around, you have to change. Sometimes when you change something, that's how you can shift into this different reality. You continuously do the same repetitive motion things. You continuously be in the same repetitive cycle like a loop. Nobody wants to do that. Change. Mental. What you believe, what you say, what you speak, what you think. Don't you kind of see a repetitive thing that I'm saying? All right. Now, this is for people who like to do woosah. I call these my woosah practices. So sometimes when you do have anxiety, I recommend mindful breathing for the anxiety-driven people, okay? It's all about just taking the time. Quiet your mind, whether you need to listen to music in the background with the waves and be in a quiet space. Even if it's not at home, go outside. Nature will always cure you and heal you. And just breathe in. Now breathe out. that was already peaceful. Do that a few times in one session. Think, and while you're doing your mindful breathing, you can start saying positive affirmations within your head or say it out loud. Or if you just want to focus on just your breathing technique, don't think about nothing, don't nothing. Just breathe peacefully. You'll see how much things change for you. Now, meditation. Meditation could be many things. Meditation could be sitting outside, laying out on the ground, grounding, looking up at the sky, going to the beach is meditating, being in a quiet space is meditating, listening to music while you're thinking positive thoughts and listening to positive music is meditating. Figure out what is your meditation practice and do it. I promise you, you won't regret it. Okay? I'm sorry, but not sorry if I'm coming off aggressive because I'm passionate. Keep it at that. All right? So definitely meditation. And when you do both of these Woo-Saw practices, you enhance your self-awareness and your mental clarity. You do. It's scientific. Look it up. All right. So my biggest thing, like, okay, listen. Because I only got a few more minutes on this thing. Okay. But we almost there. When you come into a room, when you step into a room, you need to speak like you that top dog. You need to speak with assertiveness. Speak with conviction. Not, oh, well, people who can see a timid person, they know they can walk all over you. They know they can finesse you. Nah. You come in the room and you come in like a boss with your shoulders back, head held high. You look people directly in their eye. And when you voice your mind, your opinion, you speak firm and you speak assertive. Watch how people view you. Okay? Because everything is all about, unfortunately, humans, we're judgmental people. I'm not judgmental, but it's the world. People are very judgmental. They know how they're going to perceive you by how you present yourself. It's just what it is. It's what it is. My biggest thing, and this is something that I am very excited to talk about, you need to learn how to set boundaries. Sometimes people who don't set boundaries, you're not able to achieve your life goals because you're so worried about what other people are going to think about you and what they're going to say about you. I don't care about what Sally going to say about me if I say no to her because she want to come at me with some last minute stuff. I don't care. It's a no. And for future references, if you would like me to watch your kid or whatever the case is on why somebody hit you up last minute, I'm going to need to know in advance. Now, of course, some things you can't help it. Some things happen sporadically out of nowhere. And it's emergent, like, oh, I got to go to the hospital. Can you? For sure. But if it's something where you just going out to dinner with your man and you just want me to watch your kid and I'm just now knowing about this and you knew about this a week in advance and you didn't even want to tell me, that further lets me know they know you don't have boundaries. They don't care about your boundaries. And they know you ain't doing nothing. So they're going to be like, and they know you're going to say yes. You need to learn how to set boundaries. If there's something that steps on your feathers or ruffles your feathers, you need to voice it. And it doesn't matter if you appear as a bad guy in somebody's story. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm protecting my peace. I'm not going to let you walk all over it because you don't care about how my peace is. I worked hard for this peace. So I'm going to set boundaries to protect this peace. Set boundaries. Put that in your notes. And put that caps. Put that in caps, baby. All right. And then after that, simply, after you done did all these steps, you pretty much I listed steps on how to better enhance yourself as an individual, as self. Once you get that, now you could be able to want to invest into your personal development. So continuously learn new skills, expand your knowledge base, like get better in your craft, whatever that is. I can't tell you what that is. I don't know what your craft is or what you like to do or what you want to be. Never feel bad if you have to start over or if you're still figuring yourself out. Like I said in the last video, if you haven't watched it, never put a time frame on your age and, oh, I didn't do this and my friends. Hell with them. Focus on your journey. Start investing in your personal development once you notice yourself you're in a better limelight. You think better of yourself. You are positive, but this takes time. Never rush this. Even if it takes more than a month. Do this continuously for months until you see this is a lifestyle. This is a part of me. Like, I'm doing this for real. Then that's when you can focus on your personal development. Okay? It all takes time. And at the end of the day, this is the last step. After you done did all this work, this amazing work, and I'm proud of you. I'm clapping up for you. I'm so proud of you. Now it's time to take the action. Instead of talking about being in your power, be about it. Walk in your power. Apply yourself to this world. Never be afraid. But you guys, I'm done talking. And it was a nice long 20 minutes. But I hope that you took some notes. And when you do better in your life, I need you to put a comment and say thank you. Or, hey, this happened. But thank you for tuning in. And just remember, at the end of the day, we are fam.